watching another video of mine. Today I would like to start taking the first steps towards developing high emotional intelligence and self-awareness through art and creativity. I usually start my program with a self-portrait project because it allows people to spend enough time on themselves to think about everything, and at the same time, while they're learning how to paint their own portrait, it also allows them to having more insight into their own hearts and emotions. While you're learning about different attitudes and behaviors that you have developed throughout the years, it also gives you an opportunity to create everything from the beginning and really truly find your own true potentials. Most of us, we either have an already a clear-cut kind of perspective about ourselves, for example, like that particular self-portrait there, or there are other types of self-portraits. As you see, you can be a different persona or a metaphoric character. You can have your imaginative kind of character. You can have different perspective of yourself, or you can be a very complicated character that you don't even know who you are. It might be kind of difficult to get to know you. So the self-portrait project helps a lot with how we view ourselves and the opportunity that it gives us to reinvent ourselves and have a very good deep look at our own characteristics as an individual, because that's one of the things that we forget a lot. Once we get too caught up in the everyday's life, the stress, the news, everything that is happening around seems to be more important than you, and you never have enough chance to actually think about yourself unless you are asked to do it. Now these days people are being recommended a lot to meditate, at least 20 minutes a day. It improves your mental and emotional health in many different ways. But yet again, although it doesn't really require anyone to do much of work for meditating, just a space and time, nothing else, and you're literally doing nothing throughout it. You're not even supposed to think. But yet again, so many people just miss it. How is that so? Why it is so difficult to do something that is so easy to do? We are going to work on ourselves first before we are even allowed to think about others or think about different external things that are affecting our life, our health, and our situation in any way possible. So whether you already have a kind of idea of yourself, of who you are or not, it doesn't matter. Let's start this project, because this is the program that I have came up with myself, and I've done it many times, and I've actually tried it with other people, and they've got very good results out of it. So to start with this project, I do recommend you to start with a blank canvas and new journal or a sketchbook. It is very important to start with blank because we want to start everything all over. Every moment that passes by is different than the previous one. We will be going back and forth in time when we are making art. So this is the space that you will create for yourself that is a safe zone. You can be as free as possible. It might become a little bit difficult at the beginning, but as you start developing it further, it becomes easier and easier. To start our painting of our self-portrait, you do need your most favorite image of yourself, and you need a blank canvas. Choose a canvas size of preferably 24 by 30 inch. Do not try to get into too much fancy materials. You can start with very simple materials available at hand. We don't really need very big brushes or a whole set of brushes. All we need just 3 sizes maximum. Large one, flat brush 2 inches wide, and a medium sized brush which is 1 inch wide, and a round brush for any details that we need later on. And we also need some acrylic paint. just some basic colors, whatever that is your favorite color. Again, you don't need to have too many different colors. As long as you have primary colors in black and white, you're good to go from there. I already introduced you to your brushes and paints. You also need to have a water container large enough for your largest brush, and a palette. Don't mind my classic artist palette, it already has paint in it. A cloth if you're using any oil paint, so you can wipe your brushes on it. I also like to use a spray bottle because of the weather of the city that I'm living. It's very dry and the paint dries out very fast, so I usually just keep the spray bottle close enough to me and I use it as often as I need. And it's a very helpful tool for me. I like it a lot. Try to keep everything in an organized way. Let's go ahead and pick 2 colors that you feel resonates the best with your emotion at the moment, and putting it on your palette. I have chosen my teal blue because that's how I feel right now. Just put a little bit. Okay, and my second choice is white, and I'm going to use my biggest brush, the 2-inch one. I'm going to just put the tip of my brush in water, get it wet a little bit. I also spray a little bit of water on my paint on my palette, and I'm going to apply it on my canvas. It is best to actually spray a little bit of water on your canvas, or if it's a wooden board, also you can just spray some water just to make the paint move around easier. So I'm going to apply my paint on my canvas without bothering to think too much about what direction or where to start from. Just go ahead and cover up your background with your chosen color. You don't have to make sure that everything is just as smooth, or it's absolutely up to you how you want to make it look like. But also make sure that you paint all the edges as well. Once your painting is done, it will look not very professional if it's not painted all around. It also kind of gives another dimension to your work, so make sure that you cover up all the edges. My second color that I chose is white. I would like to just start using my white color as well while I'm covering my canvas with my teal color. I spray a little bit of water, and I would like to add more white to cover the rest. For this part, you can cover your background with your 2 chosen colors however you like. You can make shapes out of it, you can mix them together, you can have different shades in the background. I show you some examples of how other people have done this. You can express yourself however you wish. So I'm just washing my brush. Ideally, for this size of brush, it's better to have a bigger container. What you want to do is to dip it all the way down and very slowly just shake it and press it. Make sure that all the pigments come out of your brush, and very gently get the water out, and you can just wipe it on your paper towel. Make sure you keep your brushes clean at all time, so you can use them for a longer time, and just be gentle with your tools and materials. Let me finish my background. I will be back with more explanations about colors and why you chose the colors that you chose. Thanks for watching me. Please subscribe and share.